know more about business model and business model canvas. However, scrolling through number of videos and articles led to frustration and time waste since there is no single source for gathering end-to-end information. Hence, that led me to create this comprehensive guide which covers all the aspects from business models to different elements of business model canvas. Hi guys, I am Ashu Mishra and today we'll go through this guide which covers what is business model canvas, type of business model, frameworks to describe business models, what is business model canvas, concept and need for business model canvas, and last but not the least, 9 elements of business model canvas. So before we get started, guys, this is my YouTube channel wherein you can find the video explanation of this guide, and you can also connect me on LinkedIn as Ashu Mishra. Right. So before further ado, let's get started. So what is a business model? So the business model is the explanation of how the company will produce valuable product and services. It answers four things. One is what product or services will the company sell, how it intends to take it to the market, how the company expect to turn a profit, and what kind of expenses will the company face. So in short, a business model is how your company will make money while delivering valuable product or services to the company. So in just it is answering three things, guys: who your customer is, what is the value you are providing to them, and how you are able to do it at a reasonable cost. Now, once we have clarified on the business model, guys, let's go to the other thing, which is what are the different types of business models. So, guys, these business models can be categorized into 12, and any organization can use single or multiple business model for generating the revenue. So let's go to these business model, which are 12, guys, and see what do they do. The first model that we have is retailer model. Now, what is a retailer model? As you can see, there is a manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, and customer. So what this retailer is doing perhaps is they are purchasing it from wholesaler or from manufacturer and giving out to the end customer. Now, an extension to this is manufacturer model, guys. So what the manufacturer is doing perhaps is they're converting the raw material to finished goods and selling them off to distributor and retailer. So this is a manufacturer. What they are doing, what they are converting the raw material into FG, is which is your finished goods, and then selling it off to wholesaler, retailer, and ultimately to customer. Now let's come to the third type of model, guys, which is fee for service model. Now, what is this model? This model says that selling or providing services to an organization or an individual at an hourly or contractual rate. For example, consultant or carpenter or something or someone who are providing the skills at a contractual rate to you. That is coming under the fee for service model. Now, the fourth model is what we have heard many times, guys, which is the subscription model. Now, what is the subscription model? Here, the organization is charging a periodical fee for the service or products they are providing. For example, Netflix or Amazon Prime. Now, the fifth kind of model that we have is bundling. What is this bundling, guys? So, if you see, like for example, Amazon Prime, right? What does Amazon Prime bundle? One is your OTT, second is your delivery, third is your music, right? Fourth are the books that is provided. So all of them are bundled into one, guys, and this is called the bundling model. Now, jumping on to the sixth one, which is product as a service model. Now, we saw that in fee for a service model, we were renting out our intangible or tangible good. However, in product as a service, we are only lending out physical products. For example, bike rental services such as Yulu, they are doing the very same thing, charging us on a per mile basis, right? Now, the seventh is the leasing model, guys. What is a leasing model? So what companies does is they purchase a very high value good, for example, car in this case, right? And they lease it out to employees. And then these employees give a monthly fee for this car. And it is a win-win situation both for employees as well as for the company. and hence it is called the leasing model. If you see the definition, in this model, company buys high value product and lease out to customer with some monthly charges. For example, companies purchase cars for employees and lease out them on monthly recurring fees. So this is the seventh model. Guys, let's jump on to the eighth model, which is a franchisee model. Most of us have gone through the basics of this franchisee model, but let's reiterate once again. So what is franchisee model? There is one organization, let's say McD, right? And there are sub vendors. These are sub vendors, small sub vendors. Now what McD does is they rent out their blueprints. Okay, they do the marketing, they do the training. So everything is done by the organization. However, the operations is being handled by these sub vendors, and a franchisee fee and royalties then charge. So guys, this is called the franchisee model. Now the ninth that we have is distribution model. Now guys, in your cities, there would be a distributor who is giving out the material for HUL, Parley or Colgate. Where this material is coming from is the manufacturer or the warehouse people, right? And what this distributor do is they give it to stockists, super stockists, and ultimately to end customer. And this is what this distributor model is all about, guys. So if you look at the image also, there is this factory, right? The factory provides this material to warehouse. From this warehouse, the material goes to retail shops, and then from retail shops, it goes to the end customer. This is the ninth kind of model that we read. Now coming to the freemium model. So freemium model is a business strategy where a company offers a basic version of its product or service for free while charging for premium features or advanced functionality. For example, guys, if you see Miro, right? Miro in its first or freemium model offers only 3 storyboards which you can use, right? For the fourth one and fifth one, you have to pay for it. So Miro, Figma board, these are some examples of freemium business model, guys. Now coming to the affiliate or advertising marketing model. Now what is advertising model, guys? Now let's say there is a organization which has let's say 1 million impression on a daily basis. So their web page is divided into multiple small placeholders. If you rent out this placeholder or place, then 1 million impressions are for sure visible to any or given to any brand that comes in and endorses it, right? So this is called the advertising model, where the companies provide a space to other companies for putting up their banners or ad, for example, banners on news websites or ClickBuzz websites or popular websites, right? Now, when this web page is replaced by a person or an influencer which are propagating or promoting a product or a brand, then it comes under affiliate model, guys. So this is the difference between advertising and affiliate model. Now coming to our last model, which is razor and blade model. Now what happens over here is, guys, there is one product which is at a lower price, right, or even at a loss, and it is being sold along with a complementary product which is blade. So let's say this is a blade, right, and this is a razor. Now the company would be incurring a cost of, let's say, X rupees, right? However, they would be selling it at 10% discount, which is 0.9x, and selling this razor at a minimum cost also. Now, why are these companies doing that, guys? Because they want that you should come and have a recurring purchase from them, right? And that's what happens in razor and blade model as well, wherein you have one razor and then you on a periodical basis have these blades replaced. The second is games and consoles, right, wherein you are purchasing one console, the games comes at a subsidized rate, and then you become a recurring customer for them and are buying video games on a periodical basis. And the third, guys, if you can think of, is our printer and cartridges. You buy a printer for a very minimal cost. However, the cartridges come at a very substantial cost. So now till here, guys, we have gone through what is a business model and what are the different types of business model that organization uses. So next is how and what are the frameworks that describe this business model. Now, why is there a need for framework, guys? So what a framework does is it provides a visual and structured way to describe, design, and analyze a business model. So you cannot just go to any investor or pitch in your ideas using just words or jargon. You need a structure in order to depict your idea and visually predict it and describe it. And hence these business model comes into place. So overall, there are 7 frameworks to describe the business model, guys. Let's go one by one and see what are the users, benefits, and need for it. So the first canvas or the first framework that we have is Lean Canvas, guys. So what is a Lean Canvas? Lean Canvas is a one-page business plan template that focuses on high risk factor and actionable items for startups, guys. So these canvas is majorly used by startups, series A or pre-series, and hence if you see that who uses it are the startup entrepreneurs, early stage product developers, innovation teams, since they are working day in day out on a new idea, right? And the small business owner. Now, what are the benefits? Benefits is that it promotes customer centric thinking. It provides a clear overview of the business model. And why was there a need to have a lean canvas model? Rapid validation, problem solution alignment, efficiency, adaptability, core focus, and clear communication are some of the things that this lean canvas is solving us for. Now, guys, let's move on to the other one. The second type of canvas or framework that we have is value proposition canvas. Now, what is value proposition canvas? It helps to ensure that product or service align with the customer needs and values. So it is very necessary for any product manager or any business to understand its customer needs and what are the values it is providing. And hence, value proposition canvas becomes supreme while we are analyzing or visualizing any business model, guys. So if you see on the left hand side, there are gain creators, pain relievers, products and services, and on the right hand side, gains, pains, and customer jobs. An amalgamation or synergy between this gives you the perfect product, guys, right? So who uses it? It is used by marketing experts, product owners, value creators, business strategists, and UX designer. What are the benefits? It is focusing on the customers ultimately. It is facilitating clear communication, helping the areas for product improvement, and ultimately supporting the decision making in product strategy, guys. So what is the need? A right kind of product market fit, a very customer centric design, a very strategic positioning. Visual communication is very much required, guys. Innovation tool, and hence if you see, value creators are the one who are using this kind of framework. Market validation, and ultimately the strategic alignment. So this is the second kind of framework that focuses on the customer per se, guys. Now let's move on to the third one, which is our blitzscaling canvas. So guys, as a matter of fact, the word blitzscaling came in World War II, and it was used by German soldiers. There is a very good book on blitzscaling. Do read it if you have some time, guys. So what is this blitzscaling canvas? So it focuses on 4 key growth factors. One is your market size, second is distribution, third is high gross margin, and fourth is network effects. Now, who uses it? As the name suggests, it is a product that is that it is a framework that is focusing more on the rapid expansion of products and companies. So, startup founders, tech entrepreneurs, growth focused business leader, venture capitalists are the ones who are using this kind of framework. What does it benefit for? It accelerates business growth, it product promotes adaptability, it focuses on critical growth levers, and supports rapid decision making. So, these are the needs that are sufficed by this business model, guys, which is rapid growth, competitive advantage, market domination, etc., etc. So do read it, guys. This book Blitzscaling is very useful, and you will definitely enjoy reading. Then coming to the VTFD model, guys. Well, now what is VTFD? The VTFD stands as value, technology, distribution, and finance. So if you see, guys, there are 4 different rectangles in which this model is divided. So this is a comprehensive framework, guys, that analyzes a business model through 4 key dimensions: VTFD, which is value, technology, finance, and distribution. So who are using it? business strategists, entrepreneurs, corporate executives, business consultants, as well as researchers. Why? Because this is a very holistic framework, guys, wherein you are not only seeing the technology, the finance, then distribution, but also you are analyzing the value that is being created for your end customer. So what is the its benefit, guys? It is a structured approach, it is a holistic approach, right? It is facilitating a comprehensive business planning, it is supporting decision making in business strategy, guys. And you can see the need over here, which is holistic analysis that we talked about, right? The strategic alignment, value creation focus, technological integration, network perspective, financial viability, and innovation tool, guys. So we have covered the four business model till now, guys. The fifth business model, which is very prominent in use and always used by consultant for a very long time, is the 3C business model. Now, what is this 3C? First is the corporation or corporate, right? The second is the customer, and third are the competitors. So if you see a alignment or a synergy of these three gives you a business model which is very pertinent and very useful, guys. And hence, if you also see the definition, it is focusing on the three key factors, which is corporation, competitor, as well as competitor. So who are ultimately using it? It is being used by business strategies, marketing managers, entrepreneurs, business consultants, and the benefit that it provides us comprehensive view of the business environment, helps in developing target and effective marketing strategies, and supports continuous and improvement and adaptation. Right, guys? And hence the need also comes in as in terms of strategic focus, holistic approach, competitive advantage, customer centricity, since customer is a very big element over here, right? Market positioning. And why market positioning? Because we have competitors that we have to look for. The resource allocation, right? The corporation or the corporate or the organization is responsible for this resource allocation, guys. And last but not the least, adaptability. Since we are at the juxtaposed or at the synergy of these three, corporation, customer, and competitor evolve on a daily basis. Hence, adaptability becomes supreme. So this is the fifth model. Now coming to the sixth model, which is blue ocean strategy, guys. You all would have read that there are two markets. One is your red ocean market. Then second is the blue ocean market, right? What is red ocean market? The red ocean market is where there are many competitors. For example, airlines. There is Indigo, Air India, Vistara, etc., etc. However, there are blue ocean strategies as well, right? For example, Blue Smart, if I can think of, which is a EV plus cab. Not many companies are there in this, right? And hence this blue ocean strategy is on the latter part. What this does is it focuses on four things, which is raise, reduce, eliminate, and create. So a synergy of all this gives us a blue ocean strategy, guys. Now, who is using it? Since it is a very green field for us, right, and nothing has been done, it is mainly used by innovative companies like Blue Smart, Google, right, Tesla, SpaceX. They are using these blue ocean strategies to become a market leader in this green field thing. Then startups, right? Established business seeking growth. For example, there is a legacy companies that are seeking growth, who have been saturated in terms of their revenue. They are seeking this kind of business model. Then entrepreneurs, strategic planners. Now, what benefit does this entail? It breaks away from the traditional competitive strategies, what we talked about, guys. Red ocean strategy, we will not fall into this, we will go into the blue ocean strategy, right? So creates new market spaces and demands, potential for rapid growth. Innovative thinking is what it fosters, can lead to strong brand recognition and loyalty, since the competitors were very low and you stand out like alone or with two or three competitors only, right? And what is the need, guys? Market differentiation, new demand creation, right? Reduced competition, higher profitability, since you are the only leader and can have good margins in this, right? These are the innovation drivers, sustainable growth, profitability is one thing that they are always looking for from the day one. So till now, guys, we talked about the six business model, which is your blue ocean strategy, 3C business model, VTFD, which is value, technology, finance, distribution, bit scaling canvas, value proposition canvas, and the lean canvas. Now, guys, let's address the elephant in the room. which is our business model canvas, guys. So business model canvas divides all these elements into 9 pieces, right? Which is revenue stream, cost structure, customer segment, customer relationship, channel, etc. We will go into detail. However, let's have a cursory glance at it. That what is business model canvas? So a strategic management tool that provides a visual framework for developing, describing, and analyzing a business model is called a business model canvas. And who uses it? Entrepreneurs, startups, established business, product managers, business strategies, and consultant. So this business model canvas, guys, is being taught across globe on all B school. Why? Because it gives a holistic view of all the entities that are there in a business model. Now, what are the benefits? It simplifies complex business concepts. It is encapsulating all the different elements, right? It promotes a customer centric approach. Why? Because if you see their customer segments, relationships, channels, what is the value proposition that is being provided? It helps to identify gaps, facilitates strategic decision making, and supports iterative development and pivoting, guys. So that being said, guys, we discussed the 7 types of business model frameworks as well. We discussed the 12 types of business model and what is business model. Now, guys, let's move to the what is a business model canvas, right? So we discussed that business model canvas is a strategic tool that provides a visual and structured way to describe, design, and analyze a business model, right? It simplifies the business model into 9 key components, allowing for a comprehensive overview on a single page. So, guys, this is a snapshot of the business model canvas. Here on the right hand side, there is revenue stream, customer segment, customer relationship, channel, value proposition, key activities, key resources, key partner, and last but not the least, your cost structure. So, guys, we discussed 7 business model, but we are only talking about one, which is your business model canvas. So you would be thinking that why are we doing it? Now, if you see this table, guys, I have laid out all the 7 business models frameworks side by side and analyze on the basis of different advantages that have, which is visual and holistic overview, simplicity and clarity, flexibility, encourages collaboration, customer centric approach, ideal for startups or not. So if you see, I have marked also yes or no whether these are proving these kind of advantages or not. For example, visual and holistic view is not provided in the lean canvas, right? It is not provided in the blitz scaling canvas, but it is provided in the value proposition canvas. So guys, if you see, there is a proportion of yeses, right? Yeses and nos. If you see across these 7 models, the business model canvas goes as 88% of yeses, which is it is the most holistic business model framework that we can have. Hence, if you see, it is being used by multiple consultant, product managers, B school students, etc., etc. Right? So all in all, it is providing and giving the most utility amongst all the 7 frameworks that we compared above, guys. Now, coming to the different part, which is what is the concept of business model canvas, guys. So before that, let's discuss about the founders of this business model canvas. One is Alexander Oswalder and another is Vives Pignuer. So these are the 2 co-founders of business model canvas. And this guy Alexander is currently the CEO of one of the most renowned organization called Strategizers, guys. And this was founded in early 2000s, this business model canvas, and hence been used by multiple companies in the last 2 or 3 decades, guys. Now, what is the concept of business model? It is a very beautiful concept, guys, and works on how our brain works, right? So Alexander and Vives describe this as brain, right? On the left hand side, there are internal processes, all left side of our brain, right? And on the right hand side, there are external processes or the right side of the brain. Now, this business model is working on the principle of duality, guys. Now, if you see, this is a symbol, Chinese symbol of yin and yang. What it says that in life, in brain, and every aspect that we have around us, it is bifurcated into two, and that's where the principle of duality also comes in our mind and in the organization and in the business model canvas. So guys, you must appreciate the beauty of this business model canvas, which is implemented in our organization on the very simple concept of duality. Now, from an organization perspective, guys, if you see, in organization there is always a revenue, right? And there is always a cost to produce, and the revenue that is accumulated by selling this finished good or the product, right? The internal versus external, for example, internal operation or external operation, the first mile operation and the last mile operation, right? The efficiency versus creativity. These are the certain aspects which are always at a trade-off, guys. Like for example, like in the case of yin and yang, you can go either in yin or you can go in yang, right? And you have to balance, and we have to balance. So an organization, what business model canvas teaches us is they need to have a balance in all the nine elements, guys. So this is the concept, and these are the founders of business model canvas, guys. Now let's come to the nine elements of these business model canvas, guys. We will start from the right hand side, right? First is the revenue stream. What revenue streams tells us is how the company makes money from each customer segment, right? For example, product sales, subscription fees, usage fees, the business models that we talked about, guys, right? So that are the revenue stream. Now, second is the customer segment. What are customer segment? The customer segment refer to the key client groups that the organization serves, right? And for knowing what are our customer segments, we need to ask three type of question. Who are your ideal customer or most important customer, right? Who are you creating the value for? What type of relationship does each segment want from your product, right? You need to decide, and you need to dissect, and you need to focus on these customer segment, guys, so that to have a very efficient GTM and have a very right value proposition for your end customer also, guys. Now the third, how do you communicate this, and how do you get in touch with your customer segments, is where we will talk about the channel, right? So the channel describes how the value proposition is communicated and delivered to your customer. So there are typically three questions that you will ask. How do you raise awareness of your brand and offering? Through which channel? How do you help your customer evaluate the value that you bring, right? What routes can your customer use to buy the product and services you provide, guys? So these are the three questions that you need to ask, right? And these are the channels that will help them, or will help your customer to reach out to you, and vice versa, guys. Now, with channels discussed, let's go to the customer relationship, which is just above the channels, guys. Now, the customer relationship focuses on acquiring, keeping, and growing customers, which involves considering different strategies for digital versus physical distribution channel. For example, guys, for Google, the strategy will be different, right? Because it is in a digital space, whereas a company like Walmart or IKEA will have a different kind of strategy. However, both will have a very single goal, which is to foster and strengthen their customer relationship, guys. Now there are four things that you need to see while maintaining this customer relationship. One is that you need to acquire a customer. Second is you need to activate this customer, right? Third is you need to retain this customer, and fourth is you need to grow your customer. So guys, this is a funnel, right? If you see, it is in a funnel form, whereas you acquire the customer, then you activate them, right? Then you retain them, then referral, right? These are the different funnels, and the customer relationship works in this manner only, guys. Now, once we have discussed this customer relationship, the biggest chunk, or a very big chunk, comes as value proposition. That what is the value that you are creating for your customer, guys? And it is called a value proposition. So, guys, any company or any organization that you can think of has five value drivers, guys, which is price, quality, delivery, flexibility, and service. For any e-commerce, guys, it is delivery, right? Flexibility and quality that they are playing on, right? Or for example, if you are saying Google, right, then Google plays on quality and service. So at any given point of time, guys, if you have an organization, they are playing either on these five distinct value drivers. So as a rule of thumb, guys, you have to be best in the one value driver and equal to the other in uh, in marketing other one, guys. For example, if I say Zomato, right, and Swiggy, Zomato and Swiggy started on the basis of delivery, guys, right? So their value drivers was delivery, that they will deliver in the fastest possible manner, right? They did not play on the price, they did play on quality, right? They did play on the service, but their moat was delivery only, right? And that's where Swiggy and Zomato started in. However, with as time passed, they started developing on the price, quality, etc., etc. However, still till today, it has been, more than a decade that these two companies have developed and formed. The moat remains the delivery, guys, right? And that's what the essence of value proposition is. Now that discussed, guys, let's go to the key activities, right? So key activities describe the essential tasks that you need to perform to successfully deliver value proposition, guys. Now there are three types of activities, which you can say L1, L2, and L3, which is L1 is you're producing a product, L2 is providing a service, and third is facilitating exchange, guys. So if you see over here, this is the three level of management. This one is called L1, right? Which are the one who are, directly on the ground or with the product, interacting with the product on a daily basis. Then there's your L2, which are your, managers, supervisor, who are looking after this L1. And then there is L3, which is your leadership, guys, who are deciding on the strategy, who are deciding on the investment cost, etc., etc., etc. So always, guys, as a rule of thumb, when we mention the key activities over here, we try to put L1 service vendors and L1 key activities over here, guys, in this business model canvas. Let's move on to the seventh one, guys, which is the key partners. Now, what are key partners? The key partners defines the entities that need to work to successfully deliver a business model. In the case of, let's say, guys, Zomato, right? These are restaurant partners. Okay, these are your delivery partners, these are customers, right? These are the tech team, correct? So these are the key partners that are required, guys, right? And hence you would ask two questions: what are you who are your key suppliers, and second, are the key activities performed by someone else also, right? So what are the types of partnership, guys? Strategic alliances with non-competitors, collaborating with organizations, cooperating with traditional competitors, joint ventures, and transactional relationship that the companies organize and facilitate, guys. So these are the key partners in a business model canvas. Now coming on to the key resource, guys. Now what are key resources? Key resources include essential assets required for business, often acquired through capital expenditure. So what is capital expenditure, guys? Capital expenditure is the one that you buy via money, right? Or via some kind of collateral or bank guarantee, etc., etc. Now there are three main type of capex, guys. One is your physical assets, which is your office space, production facilities, manufacturing equipments, etc., etc. Then is your intellectual assets, guys. Those product managers, consultants, managers, leaders, legal team, those are your intellectual assets, guys. They are knowledgeable, creative ones who are facilitating and safeguarding the IP of your organization. The third is human resource, guys. These skilled employees, management teams, right, with the strategic visions. So these are the main three types of capex that a company invests in. However, there are many others also, guys, right? Now last but not the least, let's come to the cost structure, guys. Now what is cost structure? Cost structure refers to all the cost and expenses a company incurs to operate its business model. So guys, we talked about value proposition, channels, customer segments, right? Key activities, key resources. However, there is a cost attached to everything, guys, right? And a revenue stream minus cost structure is what gives us profitability, guys, right? Now if I discuss this cost structure in detail, there are four major consideration that goes into it. One is the major cost, right? Your manufacturing cost, right? The technical cost or the technology team. Then there are fixed and variable cost. Then there are economies of scale, this cost which decreases while the units increase. Those are economies of scale. And then there is overall cost management, guys. So this is the ninth entity, guys. So guys, we talked about business models, right? We talked about frameworks. Then we talked about business model canvas. We talked about why there is a need. And last but not the least, we talked about the 9 elements of business model canvas, guys. So guys, we are going to end this lecture over here. Thanks a lot for being here, being till the end and bearing with me. Please do leave your feedback, guys, right? And this video will be available on my YouTube channel, as well as I will post on my LinkedIn, guys. So this is Ashu Mishra, and signing off with one request that you need to learn something new every day, guys, because learning is limitless. It is infinity, and makes you a better person every day. With that said, guys, thanks a lot. Thank you. Take care.